This is Chris the Nightmare Riola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So I just seen people discussing this in the comment section, and instead of leaving a long ass comment, just decided to do a video about it. Just get my opinion about it, man. But some fans believe that Eddie Hearn have signed Luis Ortiz to buy Joshua time. So what a lot of fans believe is that they're gonna, Hearn is gonna keep Joshua as his golden goose kinda, and then just feed Ortiz to the Wilders and some of the top competition, and then let my man AJ come behind him and clean it up after. I don't necessarily agree with that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now, maybe I'm just being a wishful thinker and hoping for the best. You know what I mean? I've been guilty of that before. But now, before Hearn signed Ortiz, this was like maybe a few weeks ago, man, where and I put a video out where Hearn said that a fight with Ortiz will be possible between AJ and Ortiz next year. So I'm gonna hold Hearn to his word, man. And then on top of that, I don't think Hearn is hiding AJ from anything. I really don't believe that. Maybe I'm stateside and I don't see where some of the UK fans are coming from. Maybe I don't see it the way you do, but I don't really see that, because from what I've seen, and some people still think this is a lie, but I don't think it's a lie. But I mean, try to put him in there with Pulev. Pulev, in my opinion, is a legit top 10 heavyweight. I've heard Hearn say that he wouldn't mind fighting Hay. I've heard Hearn say that they wanted Fury. Now, one thing where it did make me scratch my head a little bit, I'm not gonna lie to you, is when Wilder started to say that he wants to fight AJ by year's end. This before Wilder hurt his hand against Areola, okay? When Wilder said, hey, man, let's not wait. You got, I'm a part of Showtime. You're a part of Showtime. We can do business. Heyman and Hearn can put it together. Let's have a unification by year's end. Then I heard Hearn kind of backtrack and not really want the Wilder. But then, Wilder ended up hurting his hand anyways. But now they're talking about Klitschko. So I guess we can say, well, hey, Hearn didn't want to, he had nothing to say for Wilder when Wilder wanted to unify. Okay, cool. But with that said, though, and Wilder is a bad boy, you know what I mean? But with that said, though, he still tried to put him in there with Pulev. I mean, they're trying to negotiate with Klitschko right now. Some fan thinks that's a lie. But I think if that was a lie, I think Klitschko and his team will come out and say, hey, we're not in negotiations with Joshua. So I don't think it's necessarily a lie. They tried to get Stavern. You know what I mean? Hey, man, come on now. Hearn ain't, I don't believe he's just protecting Anthony Joshua. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Now, besides the Wilder situation, rather than that, though, I mean, you're trying to get Pulev in the ring, Klitschko in the ring, Stavern in the ring. You told Hay and Fury you'll fight them. I don't see how that's protecting. Now, if he was trying to fight Ivica Perkovic and Jason Gavern and, what I mean? No disrespect, Travis Walker and George Arias, the journeyman from, where is he from? Brazil. You know what I mean? Those type of guys, then you'll say, okay, man, you're not really trying to put him in there with anybody. But, a lot of fans didn't like the fact that he got in there with Dominic Brazil. But, hey, I just look at the Brazil, the Martin, the White, and the Cornish fights. I think those are all good fights. They're all lumped together, and they're all against undefeated prospect type of guys. So... But as far as that, though, I really think that Hearn is going to make Ortiz versus Joshua. Probably not next. I don't think it'll be next. But maybe within the next year, I think that's a possibility. Now, there's a lot of things that got to take place. We're still trying to figure out who the hell is Joshua going to fight. Is it going to be Klitschko? Who the hell is it going to be? As far as November, they're possibly saying if it is Klitschko, it may get pushed into December. Ortiz is trying to find a fight for November. It was going to be Carlos Takam. Now, Takam and his team said the hell with that. We're focusing on Johan Duhaupas and the WBC silver title. So I guess we'll have to see, man. But I don't think Eddie Hearn signed Ortiz just to have him, or just so, and how does the saying go? Keep your enemies close, but your friends closer, or some shit like that. So I guess they're trying to sign Ortiz to have him close to him so they don't have to fight him type of thing. I really don't see that. I don't think we have time for that. I really don't. Because I think after a while, the fans will start calling for it. You know what I mean? And shit, Ortiz himself has said he dares Wilder or Joshua or anybody to call him out. He just said that within the last week. What wasn't like a week ago? You know, so I don't think Ortiz is coming there to play teammates. Now, it doesn't really matter what Ortiz thinks because Hearn is going to be the one putting together his fights. But I don't think Ortiz is there to play teammates. Just like I know when Hearn signed Dillian White wants a rematch against Joshua. I don't think he's there to play teammates. You know what I mean? Just because they're signed with each other don't mean that they're not going to fight. Remember, man, Don King used to do this shit back in the 80s and 90s where he had control of pretty much the whole damn heavyweight division, and he was making these guys fight. You know what I mean? So I don't think this is a teammate thing or they're trying to sign him to keep him away from Joshua. I don't think it'll happen next, but I do think it is on the radar, and I think it'll happen within the next year or so. I really do, man. Now, this could be wishful thinking, but I just don't see that wouldn't make any sense. Hearn has to know that the fans will go ape shit crazy if he were to have Ortiz and Joshua in the same stable, undefeated for over a year, and they didn't fight each other. I think the backlash would be crazy. And I think Hearn, maybe this is just me, man, but I think Hearn has more confidence in Joshua than most fans do. You listen to Hearn, man, he's planning a lot of shit, man. You know, I was listening to him a few weeks ago, and he was talking about, yeah, get Klitschko, then Parker, then after Parker, this guy. I'm just like, damn, he's just planning as if AJ is going to beat all these people. You know what I mean? Was it Zhang Jili? He was talking about fighting him possibly in China. I know Jili and Joshua fought in the Olympics. I mean, he's planning 2-3 years from now, it seems like. You know what I mean? So I don't think Hearn is trying to protect AJ. A lot of fans, though, they go back and forth and say, oh, he's just putting up different roadblocks and smoke screens. He's tricking us. He's tricking us. I don't know, man. They wanted Pulev. Pulev's the one that didn't want the fight. So was that a trick? You know. But I guess we have to sit back and wait and see, man. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe most of you fans will be wrong. But that's my opinion on it. I think that Hearn signed Ortiz so they can fight. And not 5 years from now. I think they're going to fight within the next year. Maybe it's wishful thinking. I'm out.